We are live. What's up and what's going on, everybody? What's up and what's going on, everybody? Back in here with another one. We will be joined by Sub-Zero. We'll be joined by Sub-Zero. Y'all see the title of the stream. Y'all see the title of the stream. How artificial intelligence, how AI will change the world and how it's going to change your life. So we definitely going to be getting into that, going to be breaking that down. Y'all know Sub-Zero, I know a Sub-Zero dude runs a IT academy, getting brothers into the IT field and, you know, running the course, running the academy, and, you know, doing excellent work over there. So we definitely about to get into this. I see people coming on in there right now. Drop something in the chat room. Right now. Let me know that you're in the building. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, as I find the intro, let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. As I always forget, shout out to Machismo TV.
Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Shout out to Machismo TV, the best male-centric highlight reel and clips channel in the business. We've done so much with so little for so long, we are not qualified to do anything. They got the best tagline too, so shout out to them. Special thanks and shout out to them. I will have their link in the chat for those who want to subscribe to them. But now to the matter at hand. Before I bring up Sub-Zero and Javon, shout out to Aaron B in the building. Shout out to just being Jazzy's podcast, crafty ideas and chill spot. Todd Mack, I believe that's what that's supposed to be, Mac or Make. Shout out to you. Who else we got in here? Little Rock. Michael Holt says, I am here. The Mac the Trucker says, Bernard with another one. And UFO Kamazi in here says, Black Mirror, Joan is awful episode. That was deep. That was deep. Yeah. That was about the only episode I really liked. Really liked this season of Black Mirror. They only been given like one good episode per season, like the last 2 seasons or so. But yeah, but Black Mirror is that deal. But anyway, we're about to get on into this thing. We are joined by Sub-Zero. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Hey, brother, how you doing? How you been?
Doing good. And I'm gonna let you introduce Javon.
Okay. First of all, my name is Sub-Zero. I run Lift in the Veil IT Academy. LTV is basically a information technology training, basically academy where we train mostly 90%, 95% African American men. Just happens to fall that way, but we're open to anybody. But we train brothers to get six-figure jobs, salaries. That's what we're focused on. We have our students out here now. They're interviewing, getting some calls, some things. Some people are getting close from this last cohort. This first cohort we did from January to like April, May, and those students got ready like May and June, and now they out there interviewing. They do some of them. One or two are looking real good, but either way, we're here. We're live. We're basically training people nightly. I started this 5 years ago on a whim, just on my YouTube channel, just talking, and it just took off from there. Took on a life of its own, and I just want to grow it to be able to help as many people as I possibly can. About 4 or 5 months ago, I met a brother we about to introduce, Javon, which I really think was just God working it out that way. I think he has really been a blessing. We've been able to really help a lot of people. We've made improvements and tweaks to the class. Like this class in particular, the one we're about to discuss, is going to have a day-by-day syllabus, and we're going to go through every nook and cranny of what we're going to cover. But this brother's bright, man. I mean, he has credentials. I've been to conferences and seen him up on the stage with the big wigs. I mean, he really has a name in this industry. He has the connection. He knows different people, the inventor of blockchain. He knows the inventor of Ethereum. He knows these people. He's worked for Ethereum. Currently working with, was it GBA, Governmental Blockchain Association, which is a conference. I joined the organization back in May. They're gonna have another conference soon. I'm gonna be probably going to that one, but it's a big deal. We have been really trying to get into this blockchain space, and he's already in there. He knows all the people, and that's the thing. So blockchain and as well as artificial intelligence, which is one of the things we want to talk about. So what those two things are working in conjunction, but I don't want to go into that. I'm gonna first just introduce, like I said, Javon. He the man. What's up, brother?
Hey, how's everybody doing? How's it going?
Doing good. Welcome. Yeah, Sub gave you a good introduction. If you can add a little more, tell us a little, tell everybody a little bit more about yourself. If you can add something to that. He gave you a great introduction.
Well, I appreciate that, Sub, and I appreciate you, Bernard, for having this show so we could come on. So everybody, my name is Javon Swint. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Long story short, I got into the tech industry, a while back. But what I do in my day-to-day is I work pretty much with governments, and I help government agencies make decisions on ongoing policy. So you can look me up on LinkedIn, Javon Swint. Just go on LinkedIn, type in my first and last name. I am a founder of a space defense company, so I have a lot of expertise in this field just based on my relationships and connections. But anyway, you guys really, want to understand about this artificial intelligence and in the blockchain space. So like right now, I'm getting ready to speak at the Atlanta Blackest Tech Conference. I'm gonna be on stage with like SpaceX, T-Mobile, Capital One, Cisco. And we're really going to be talking about, exactly where the future is going. How will the future actually get here? So anyway, so just me between doing that and with the Government Blockchain Association, we're doing a lot of great things in this space. I'm going to Japan in October for the Internet Governance Forum. And pretty much I'm meeting with the people who invented the Internet and giving them ideas and advice on where should the internet go, because the internet is going to restart at the end of the year. You guys won't see it on your computer. It'll be like a light switch. So anyway, so I'm pretty credible in this business just because of my family history. Like my grandma, she works for NASA, so I have a lot of insight on exactly what's going on in the industry, as far as just with the technology, where it's going. Because here the thing is, guys, the world is changing fast, and you all want to be in an environment of these new skill sets. A few years ago, you had to have a PhD, you had to have 10, 15 years of tech experience to do a highly qualified tech job. We live in the day and age, there's no PhD for artificial intelligence, neural networks. There's no PhD for that. So now we're in the age where we are able to go the beginner route and get paid six figures. So Microsoft has these certifications that we can take. And I want you guys to understand, you're not machine learning is just one part of artificial intelligence. That's just one part. Like if we were to use the human body, like machine learning would be like the arms. You still got the legs, the brain, the heart, all that. You got the cells of the body, the vessels, so on and so forth. So here, let me just break this down to you. The type of person that I am, I'm going to speak very high level because uh, you could still do entry level, high level situations. And what I mean by that is, it's not like I'm the expert. It's not like I'm the, what I mean by that is, it's not like I got 50 years of AI experience and blockchain experience. All this technology is like really new. So me just working with the government and like I work with the IMF, I work with a lot of these organizations because they don't really know what to do anymore. Right now, we are in a war between American technology versus Chinese technology. So our government and a lot of these fintech jobs are looking for any and available talent because we are not trying to necessarily lose the tech race. So we right now, that's why Microsoft has these certifications, and that's why somebody said something.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, that's why Microsoft has these certifications because they're trying to speed up innovation. It right now it'll take you forever to go into college to learn AI. So Microsoft has a certification. They're like, hey, look, we'll if you pass a certification, you pretty much know the information. So I really want you guys to understand this is just not no regular uh blockchain AI course where somebody who has a lot of cool things to say. I really want you guys to understand it's two certifications you're going to get. Microsoft is going to give you a certification for the AI 102. That means Microsoft is worth $3 trillion. If Microsoft gives you a certification saying that you passed, that you know what you're talking about, who's going to argue with that? Your second certification is through Pearson VUE. I really want people to understand the value of a Pearson VUE certification. So I have a defense startup. So if you want to make bombs and missiles and weapons, you get a Pearson VUE certification. That is that, like if you want to go work for the CIA, if you want to work for special forces, the Secret Service, you have to go through Pearson VUE as far as the certification. They offer a bunch of certifications, but Pearson VUE is like when the world going to crap, they looking at who got a Pearson VUE certification and they giving you a call. The certification only $100 to take. It's not like, oh, it's $30 million or $10,000. So this is not like some rinky dink certification you're going to get. You're getting two of them. You know what I mean? So you go to a job with two certifications, one from Microsoft, one from Pearson VUE. You almost guaranteed to get in the position just because of the way that you're going about it as far as the certifications and the credentials that you're taking. Here's another benefit. All right, so the benefit of me teaching you guys, because it's like, hey, well, Javon, if you understand how this works and you have a job in the space, why are you teaching? Well, the reason why I'm teaching is because I know a lot of these Fortune 500 companies. I know a lot of these owners. I talk like where I work outside of my government job, I work at the bank and I just built trading algorithms. So it's like I have a hand in fintech. I have a hand directly with the government. So a lot of these people come to me looking for job. I mean, looking for talent. Like, hey, Javon, you know anybody that know how to do what you know how to do? And here the thing is, a lot of things I need help in. So if I can get you guys jobs, this will help strengthen my relationships on the back end. So it's benefiting me teaching you and training you because I'm looking to get something from the back end from the people I know. That's why I'm teaching.
Let me ask you a question.
Mhm.
How does blockchain couple with artificial intelligence? Because like you said something about Sam Bankman-Fried and that whole situation. So how does blockchain come into the fray?
Okay, so here's the thing with blockchain. So for everybody who don't know, blockchain is basically a way to verify data. if we want to say that in a nutshell. We live in a day and age where it's hard to trust anything. Blockchain makes it easy to trust because you can look at the hash records. It's a way to verify the information. So right now, when it comes to artificial intelligence, if I upload to the AI a horrible data set or a data set that's not real, the AI is only as good as the data. So for example, like when you're at a hospital, you want the hospital records to be on the blockchain that is governed by AI, because at least you can go back and track and see who is responsible for entering the information. Like right now, if you guys hear about Chat GPT, like you can't verify if that information that Chat GPT is giving you is correct or not correct. And for example, let's say if it gives you misinformation, who put in the data set that gave the misinformation? So it's like who is responsible? Who is responsible for that? So blockchain makes it easy for it to be responsible. Like if somebody builds a Terminator or iRobot, because I'll say it like this: if you build a Terminator or iRobot, I'm gonna use Terminator. Terminator, he had all the weapons, he had all the guns, he was shooting everything. What if somebody uploaded a cupcake recipe in Terminator? Out of nowhere, he would have stopped shooting and he would have tried to make a cupcake. So what I mean by that is the data has to be like guaranteed verified, and that's what blockchain is for. This what blockchain will prevent, like you at a hospital getting surgery and the robot is doing surgery on somebody. You want that data set to be on the blockchain, because what if a hacker tries to hack that information? Blockchain is the only thing that has not been hacked. Crypto projects get hacked, but blockchain itself has not been hacked. If blockchain has been hacked, Ethereum would disappear overnight and all the Bitcoin would go to zero. Because when Satoshi made Bitcoin, he said if someone actually hacks this algorithm, all Bitcoin will go to zero. No hacker is really trying to hack Bitcoin or the blockchain to make everything go to zero, and no one has successfully even done it. So as of right now, with the technology we have, blockchain has been the only thing that has been proven to be unhackable. So you have a data set that's unhackable. Certain things like smart cities being built, bus driving, hospital birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates. You want them on a ledger that can't be hacked. What if a hacker were to come through and rearrange marriage certificates and birth certificates? Nobody would know anything. So when it comes to this real touchy subject of AI, you need the data set to be tracked and verified. And if you have something called like proof of like reputation, I'll say it like that, where people can get on the blockchain and say, hey, I'm the one putting up this information. It is me. I'm the one giving the real information. I'm gonna be honest with you. You want to stop a lot of scams and crimes in the crypto space, you create something called proof of reputation, where people prove that they're reputable on the blockchain. All that stuff will disappear overnight, because the people have a thing to want to be verified and want to actually be true to who they say they are. So anyway, if you guys seen they cloned Tyrone, they made a blockchain reference. If you look at crypto.com,
I literally just watched that movie. It was wild, and I started to do a whole review on it. I was going to do a review on it this morning. It's a lot to talk about with that movie, and you know, a lot of black folks look at that movie as a documentary. You know, they think, oh, that's for real and happening now. So no, that was definitely a good one. Before you get too far afield, I got quite a few questions. I want to ask you about the smart cities, but you said something that I know it piqued my interest when you said did I hear that right when you said you had a meeting, or you were going to be meeting or be, you know, around in the presence of or meeting with like the people who you said, if you were to word it the way you worded it, you said invented the internet. Is that correct?
yes, there's a group of
Okay.
people that
All
invented the
right.
internet.
Okay, because it was online. You asked the wrong person online, they'll tell you Al Gore invented the internet. So explain for those explain for those that don't know, who invented the internet.
So the internet. So it's a group of people. It's called the IGF, Internet Governance Forum, and they meet, and it's through the UN, and they meet different parts of the globe every year. Last year is Ethiopia. The year before that, it was, I think, Russia. This year it's in Kyoto, Japan. So right now, like you got Ethereum going to be there, Bill Gates going to be there. It's going to be some of the most heaviest hitters on earth that are going to be. Google going to be there. And so here the thing is, like Google, Apple, Microsoft, and all of them, they are not internet inventors. They operate on the internet. So
Right.
there's people that actually built the infrastructure for www .com to actually even exist. So what a lot of people don't know is there's people that when you hear Web3, the internet is literally going to reset at the end of the year. So we haven't really even seen Web3. It's the websites are ready for it, the .io websites, the .ml, .ai websites. They're ready, but the people who built the internet, their engineers have not turned the on switch to actually turn on Web3. This is not something that you will like. It's not like when they're resetting the internet. It's not like everybody's social. It's something that happens like in milliseconds. It's like December 31st, January 1st. You'll just notice it will look like your browser did an upgrade or a browser update. It'll just pretty much look like that. So here the thing is, so the reason why I was asked to come to the meeting, because you're gonna have everybody from the UN, the World Economic Forum, the people who are in charge of running the planet and stuff like that, all gonna be in one room talking to the people who invented the internet on, hey, what are we gonna do next? So the people who invented the internet, they're like, hey, we're going to restart the internet. Does anybody have an idea of what should we do next? So me going there, I'm more so going to be talking about AI and blockchain with we have like working groups. So we have like what is called a BMM supplement. So anyway, there's no rules for AI. So we're actually creating laws for AI through our supplements. And so these are all going to be integrated. It's like I'm an author per se, but because you get money for doing that, I'll just say it like that. So we're coming up with rules and regulations for people who don't even know how to create the rules and regulation. So it's like, how do you create a law on AI when there's no law for it? So then you have, it's like a whole concept. You have to go over proof of authority. How do you actually verify a good AI from a bad AI? What makes this technology from AI better than this technology? How do you find bad actors in this space? So since a lot of these people are older, they're 70, 80, they don't really know how to write laws for stuff like this, which suspends innovation. So me going there along with a bunch of other people, like we got the CIO of the UN. I mean, it's a real big ordeal. And we're pretty much telling them, hey, this is what you do. So out of thousands of people globally, they picked our organization and then they chose me among other people to basically say, hey, I know you know what you're doing, but you really need to do it this way. This is how you need to run the internet. I use the internet every day. This I don't have a degree in internet, but I use the internet every day. So you need to do it like this, so on and so forth. So I have like a real deep, like long story short, I just refuse for people from different countries to tell me what to do. Like nobody finna come over here and tell me what to do on my land. So if I had to get involved with government and get involved with laws and no, you can't do this, I had to be in that room because the only difference why people make decisions because you're just not in the room. So I said, no, I'm gonna be in the room. You ain't finna be making AI laws and I don't know what's going on. Like, no, excuse me. What this is how it's supposed to go. This is what it needs to do. That doesn't mean that I'm smarter than most people, but we're actually proven like we have a supplement. We're actually building an actual genuine supplement for people to actually tangibly hold and review. And then it's like you have to now form an argument to disagree with it. So it's like if you can't disagree with the supplement, naturally it'll be voted that they would choose our supplement as the solution. So here's the thing is with the people who invented the internet, this is a permanent position I play. This is not something that, oh, October come. All right, bye Javon. We'll never see you again. No, I come every year. So this is like something I'm doing every year. It's like permanent rest of my life. So that's what I mean by I have a real big insight. It's a lot of global talent that these people need. So I'm like the liaison. So for the GBA, I'm the program management office. I'm like the manager.
It's really
Mhm.
funny because I've actually when I went to that GBA conference, just the GBA conference, it was crazy because you walk up with people and you find out what they do. You like, and Javon knew these people. See, oh yeah, that guy that he owns this exchange. That's this guy from this guy. He's from the UK. This guy right here, he's from Saudi Arabia. This guy's from Nigeria. This and they were like heavy hitters in their own right. And so it was just interesting to have those connections and meet these people and get their numbers and stuff. I didn't have any reason to do anything with them, so I hadn't contacted anybody. But Javon has those connections. So the good thing about coming through this academy, once you are knowledgeable and you have the certification and you know what you're talking about, then you'll be able to be, tapped in with these people. As soon as we get finished with the AI, the blockchain course we're doing now, that's exactly what those students are doing right now. Um, Also, one more other thing I want to talk about. When I asked the other question a while ago, I remember what was the name of Sam Bankman-Fried's exchange? You remember that?
Which one?
Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy that stole
Oh,
all that.
FTX. Yeah. FTX. Yeah.
So FTX happened, and one of the reasons that Javon was explaining to me, the reason that happened, the way it was written by the people that wrote the code, even though they knew it, they wrote it in Solidity. They wrote a back door into the code so that they can come and steal your money. And so that's why all these people lost their money right when they got where they said, "Oh, okay." Then they just blamed it on hackers. You can see where it went, but nobody knows, right? In order to see everything and not know that code was there, it was built by people. You want to remove that person and put it into an AI so that it'll be more difficult. Am I right, Javon?
Yeah, because here the thing is, if you know, let's say like how they got Fed now rolling out, if they have a team of 1,000 developers and only 3 developers come together to write code to create a back door, how do you find who did that? There's no way to know who did that. So it's like the person that's helping you find the criminal could be the criminal. But if you have it on the blockchain, I know that this person at 3:05:13 a.m. did this hash because the hash was recorded around this time, and then the money was stolen. So then I know that you did it. And then the same thing with AI, it make it easier to make people responsible for the crime. So a lot of people say AI is going to replace people. It is, but they need people to build the AI. AI is not going to replace people if no one is building the AI. So even though it will replace people, the new jobs are going to be more so who can build AI, who can build and I'm telling you, these certifications, you're going to learn literally how to build a Terminator. Now that's up to you if you want to do something that don't make sense with it. But you're not just learning just machine learning. You're literally learning you're learning how to build an AI brain, the cognitive services. If you ever seen Boston Dynamics or Spot, you will literally have that skill set to build.
And
something
that was
like
on
that.
Black. That was the Black Mirror episode where the dog chased those people and killed them. It was a robotic dog, and it was
Oh
just.
yeah.
I was like, oh my god! And they actually have that's a real dog. They actually what's the Boston? What's the name? Boston.
Boston Dynamics is the
Yeah,
company.
I thought it was a fake. That was actually they really have developed stuff like that.
It's called Spot.
That is
75,000 to buy one.
that is wild. In which way, as far as AI replacing people, what would you say is probably the most significant way early on that you could see AI, replacing people in terms of, what people normally do? What's the first thing that's going to probably be the biggest hit if you had to?
I say fast food and checking out of the register. Am I
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because McDonald's already got that now. So they got
Yeah.
they got. I've actually went to McDonald's one time to get a sweet tea, and the cashier said, "No, I'm not serving you. You need to go through the kiosk." And I said, "But you're right here." She said, "But the register is closed." I said, "But you're right here." She's like, "I know, but the register is closed. You need to order at the kiosk." I said, "But you're right here." And I literally could not get my tea and I had to use the kiosk. So that's definitely, I mean, it's already happening. I mean, if I can't buy tea and you're right there, you can ring it up, and you're still refusing service. You didn't even care if I called corporate or anything. That let me know that was really going to be what was going to be changed first.
Exactly.
Mm, yeah, I guess I'm looking at it more so from the standpoint of, it's like you said, people AI is going to replace people, but people who have jobs, people are going to be creating AI. At what point does it get to the point to where so much AI has been created? I'm speaking, probably at some point in the future, but it's going to come faster than what we think, where so much AI is going to be created to the point to where people are going to end up with next to nothing left to do, if you understand what I'm saying. Like what is I'm just asking your projections on this. Like what is your projections on the point to where it's going to be like we've created so much AI to where now it's like, now
It's like
now nobody is left to do anything.
if
And
you
people
really
have
look
nothing to
at
do. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
if you look at like Star Trek, that'll really give you the
Mhm.
idea. Like people still were
Yeah.
needed. It's just needed for different purposes at that. So like for example, 1,000 years ago, if you were a Viking, you were like really in demand. But now it's like if you're a Viking now, nobody really cares if you're a Viking. So it's like as time, go on, it's like just new things will be created. Like before the .com era, none of us really knew that blockchain would be here. If you look at the first computer and how the first computer worked compared to MacBooks and iPads and stuff now, so now or like how people are social media influencers and how people now can get paid just being social media influencers. If you would have told me that I can get paid just by smiling on live and rapping songs without saying the words to it, I wouldn't have believed you. So it's like it just things will be changing to the things will be out and then it'll be just new stuff to do. Like just new things to do. Like if you've seen now, a guy came out with a flying car that the FAA approved. It's $300,000 to get the car, and they shipping them as early as next year. So you're gonna have AI aeronautical engineers that are building
Is it called a
airplanes.
Jetson? Is that Jetson car?
I think so. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That I definitely want one of those.
Okay, so I've been sleep on that one. So they actually got a flying car.
They got a
Yeah,
few.
a legal flying car through FAA regulations. Yes.
They got a bunch of them actually. It's
Okay,
probably
how was it flying? Because Neil, they was asking Neil deGrasse Tyson about flying cars, and he described something that sounded like a helicopter.
well.
Like,
That's what it is. I mean, I can show it to you.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
the technology is so crazy now. It's moving so fast. I remember years ago when I was in college, they were talking about it's doubling every 6 weeks. And that was in like '99. So I don't know where we at now. It's speeding up real quick.
Yeah, I'm sitting there. I'm trying to I'm trying to Google that flying car, but no. This hold on. Let me get to some. Let me acknowledge a few super chats, and somebody got a question that he's asking for Javon out there. But first, Dane C says, "BR salute." It's funny how the people who should always show when the conversation is about women are always ghosts when the conversation is about black men building. Absolutely. Thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. Michael Holt in the building says, I am currently a Lifting the Veil student and signed up for the upcoming AI/blockchain course. It has been a great experience. Absolutely. Salute to you, and congratulations on getting in there on that. And Monster Cameron says, ask the speaker, I believe he's talking about Javon, what he thinks about Andrew NG. How did you say that? The guy's introductory course.
And about the Andrew NG, I'm not actually familiar with that. Andrew
Okay.
NG, I'm not really.
Yeah, I looked it up. That's a person, but I don't know what the Andrew NG introductory course is. But he's had a question about that. So I guess guess we can't answer your question. Guess we can't answer your question.
Guys, let me go ahead and tell you guys too, by the way, that if you enter the code Bernard, you get $97 off the first month. So the first month is only $200. Just so you know.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's Bernard. All they gotta do is just type Bernard in there as a promo code, and it will give you $97. So it's only $200 the first month. Look, man, come in, feel it, kick the tires. If you feel like you can do it, fine. Most of them, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people do quit, but it's not because we're not trying to make it as easy as we can. So what I'm trying to do is we've went ahead and created an ebook. We're going to give you a syllabus of day by day of what you're going to be doing. Man, I might have to change the dates on it because I thought it was supposed to be starting to yesterday, but I'll change that. But anyway, so it starts on August 1st. That's the class. The class starts Monday. Class will be 2 hours. Monday night, 8 o'clock. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. Saturday morning, 10:30. All times are Eastern. Every class is recorded. Once you go to the website and you sign up, you click Access Classes. When you click Access Classes, you scroll down to the very top. That's your class. You click this. This is the portal where you click. If you click this, this will open up the AI blockchain WebEx Click this. This will be the previously recorded videos from the class, and this is the new group that we created for the group. So you join the group and you're able to get in to the AI group, and that'll have you, where we can correspond with each other. Also, you get when you sign up, you get other things as well, like the self study. I designed a quiz. This is for SQL primarily. This is originally what I taught was SQL. But a lot of people that come through here, they're doing well. So that's where we are right now.
All right, all right. One other thing that you were saying before we get all the way back into it, shout out to Sir Tice. Shout out to Sir Tice. I'm gonna get to that one in a second. You said so much. I had so many questions. When you mentioned smart cities, that's something that I know little about. What exactly is that?
So like here in Atlanta, we have like we teamed up with Georgia Tech, and a smart city is more so like if you just look up futuristic cities where everything is pretty much like a city that's ran off technology. Like you'll have smart sidewalks, meaning you'll walk by the street light turns on because it senses that you're walking. And see, what we're doing is we're coming out with a smart city supplement because that's hard to really regulate. Like, how do you regulate a smart city? Like something like as New York, if you turn New York into a smart city, like how do you regulate that from a cybersecurity standpoint, and so on and so forth. So the thing with smart cities is you want it to be on the blockchain because obviously you would be able, if you take a smart city and merge it with a city's systems, you will be able to pretty much keep track of everything. Now, some people don't want to be controlled like that, but it's not. I mean, they can watch everything you're doing now, so it's not like they can't see what you're doing now already. But anyway, it pretty much smart cities are all going to be on blockchains. So blockchains are going to be like cities. So if you want to go to the city of Atlanta, it'll be like atlanta.gov, but it'll be on the blockchain. So you can see everything that's going on in the city from a blockchain perspective standpoint. This will eliminate fraud in city crime, as far as people, and politicians doing things they're not supposed to do. So that's what a smart city will be able to be designed where it'll basically make everyone's lives easier. So for example, how there's potholes in the road, it'll be like a robot that'll come and fill the pothole up. So you have to have like a really, really test and try system. Because at that point, if you have a city of 10, 15, 20 million people, that's 20 million people lives at stake if a system goes haywire or if something doesn't work or if something shuts off. So how do you do it, but also still keep it safe for the average person to basically operate? So you start off with Department of Transportation, and you start off with sidewalks and street lights. If you make smart sidewalks and smart street lights, that'll give you approval to pretty much convert and turn everything into that city itself. So we're basically moving into the future. I mean, the future's here now, I guess, but we're now trying to turn all these infrastructures into what you're seeing in these movies. So that's why with Elon Musk, how he came up with the new company X, he rebranded everything. You got all these cloud servers and Amazon and Microsoft and all this cloud architecture. So now we're in a position where we can be in the, like, I'm be honest with you, you're gonna see new poor people. You're gonna see everybody living in the air and poor people living on the floor. So have you ever seen those dystopian or utopian, wherever the correct term is, that's literally where we're going. Now it doesn't have to be bad, explain it, but we're going into that of that type of futuristicness.
But
That is
yeah,
why,
basically
like,
going into that. Yeah, they want a dystopian situation where they want you stuck in 1984 or something. But the thing is, you want to be the person that works in this industry, that's prepared, that's knowledgeable, and when things are coming down the pipe, like Javon, for example, was there and was able to jump into Shiba Inu like on day 2.
yeah,
When you see Shiba Inu and you go on the website, you go on Coin Market Cap, and you see that big spike on the graph, you're like, man, I would have loved to got in there when the graph was at the very bottom. If you zoom in on those days, it spikes up even on that. But you don't see it because as you zoom out, there's a gigantic spike. And so what you want to do is be in there before the gigantic spike. That's what you're allowed to do when you're jumping into artificial intelligence. It is as if it's 1991 and we telling you about Amazon or Google. And you hey man, this is what it's gonna be. And well, I don't see it right now. Yeah, you don't see it. You think, but this is usually what happens, in particularly with us as African American men. We get left behind in all the metrics that you study. You look this stuff up. We're behind, and that was one of the things I actually wanted to try to address with lifting the veil. Was just how can I skip all this? Okay, you got to go try calculus, trigonometry. You got to do 4 years, get your bachelor's. You got to go get your master's. You got to get these certifications. Now you got to work at the Geek Squad at Best Buy, because I literally met a guy that did a consultation. This guy had an MBA and was working at the Geek Squad for Best Buy. I was like, how you got an MBA? And he's like, man, I didn't, I wasn't able to get any internships. I had my GPA kind of failed when I was in college. I had some. So it was just one of those situations. You got a lot of African Americans out here with computer science degrees. They working at a factory or driving trucks or something. And so what we're trying to do is just make you be able to bridge that gap where you'll be able to jump in, especially right now with blockchain, because it's so in demand, blockchain as well as artificial intelligence. So we married the two because it's just smarter to do that, to give you more of an opportunity than to just teach. Like I could start with data science. We could technically call or just make the data science and artificial intelligence. We left the data science and we're moving into artificial intelligence because it just pays more as well. So, and we want to go where the money is. So.
All right. I can't tell if this comment is a troll. It says, with all due respect, we are being honest about AI. The best strategy is to learn a trade and not get into tech. What do y'all make of that?
I guess that may work for them. I don't know. It might be a reason why they, see it that way. But I guess if that works for them, maybe maybe they're just sharing what works for them.
Yeah, I physical labor, it depends. I mean,
why would somebody want to not get into tech if everything is headed in that direction?
Well, my thing is, as African Americans, we can do more than just physical labor. I don't knock physical labor. I'm not one of the guys that'll tell you. I honestly think you get more bang for your buck at a community college than you will at a 4-year school, in my humble opinion. Right? You can go to a community college and get a trade and be making $25, $30 an hour, and you was paying $500 a semester hour. So you didn't pay that much money, right? Whereas somebody else was paying $50,000, $60,000, $20,000, $30,000 a semester. So I think college is overrated. However, this is a skip around, just like if you went to a community college. This is the same thing. So getting into tech, if you're going to get a bachelor's, if you're going, and I'm not saying you shouldn't do those things, going and majoring in computer science, putting in the 4 and 5 years of study time, then yeah, I can see why somebody would say that. But that's not what we're doing. And if you're talking about getting out there and the objective is to get to the bag, however you're going to get to it. And in plumbing, can you make $87,000, $90,000? Yeah, you could. Right? And you can own your own business in plumbing. But why can't we own our own business in IT? In fact, the wealthiest group of black people in the country are black people that are contractors with the federal government in Prince George's County. Those are the wealthiest black folks in the country. And so they found a vein that they can get in. And that vein is because they have a business. They can go at sizable contracts. I know I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. That is the Gunner Air Force Base is the hub for the armed forces of the United States. I know black people that are multimillionaires. All they do is government contracts. This guy said he started off getting $8-9 million contracts because those are considered small contracts. He said he would get the work done for $5-6 million and keep the rest. He would hire Indians. He would, of course, because whoever he needed to hire, he would hire. And I met this guy. This guy's traveling. He got his own private jet. This is right there in Montgomery. So we can be entrepreneurs in other things as well. So we could be entrepreneurs in trucking. We could be entrepreneurs in plumbing, electrician. You can start your own electrician firm, but you can also get government contracts. You can also get contracts within the private sector with corporations, which is what we do. We tell our students, start your corporation, because when a contractor calls you, They're going to ask you, do you do corp to corp? You say yes. Then what happens is they pay you. So they'll pay you the whole amount. Let's say the job paying $120 an hour, you get the whole $120. You don't get 120 less the fees and everything, and then they give you 90 or whatever. No, you get the whole 120. Of course, you got to manage your taxes, but at least you got a business getting paid every direct deposit every week, that you have a business account and you're getting a sizable amount of money in that account. And I'm going to tell you as a living witness that changes your relationship with banks, credit, everything. And it's a comfortable lifestyle. I'm not out there in the elements. I'm not. I mean, I'm at home in my basketball shorts and a t-shirt every day. I get up 12 o'clock, go to the gym. I stay in the bed till 11:30, working with my laptop. Then I get out, go down, get me something to eat, snack on, go to the gym, work out for about an hour and a half, come back, do some more work. 3:30, I'm through. That's my day. I work maybe 6 hours a day, truth be told. And probably about 2 of those hours is really just surfing the web and checking my emails. So I'm not really working. So, like I said, I don't knock the blue collar way of thinking, because I honestly think we have an imbalance. There's too many people trying to get into college degrees, but psychology, sociology, childhood education, different. Yeah, it's too many black people trying to do that. But tech, man, that tech is pretty much where the money is. That's why you don't see people from India working at the Geek Squad too often. If they do, they're a teenager. But if they in their 20s and 30s, you see them going at the skills we teach. When you come to our academy, you're going to get calls from Indians. You get jobs, you're going to be working with Indians and Asians and whites. That's who you're going to be working with, because they know what they trying to get to the bag. They're trying to get to the money.
Right. Yeah. That's why I thought that statement was potentially trolling, because I mean, I view them both as good options, but to say to avoid one, that's like, no. If you got the skill set and the ability to do IT with this whole, I mean, yes, it's a fast paced. I can only imagine, like, whatever somebody learned in IT 5 years ago probably looked completely different from what people got to learn now and what they're going to be learning 5 years from now. I mean, because everything is changing. But if you can keep up with it, if you can hack it, god damn it, you should definitely hop on it. But shout out to Sir Tice in the building. Says, man, Sub has been burning the midnight. He said, man, Sub has been burning the midnight oil. Still at airport, actually, both of you all. Salute. I'm almost at my destination. Just wanted to contribute. I'll hit you about this sub also. Thank you for the super chat, Sir Tice. Do appreciate that. Theo.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want.
No, we don't need to drop.
Theo, what's up, man? Me and Theo gonna do some joint venture stuff in a minute.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Theo in the building with the $5 super chat. He says, I recommend this for all my students. Go sign up, guys. Absolutely. I gotta ask you some more specific questions about the blockchain and AI class after we get through this one. Deadly Raver in the building says, it might be a little off topic, but I wanted to donate anyway. Do you think cryptocurrency has another bull run or no? Also, peace to Bernard in the chat. What do y'all think? Cryptocurrency got another bull run or no?
Will.
You
Javon.
temporarily went out, Javon.
Crypto trading.
Javon,
all
start over.
upon
Can you
the
start
phones.
over? Can you start over?
You went out for a second. Yes, yeah, just back up to the beginning.
Oh yeah, I think it will have another bull run. It's not buy, sell, or hold recommendation, because this bull run is going to be a little bit differently. Because this time, China and Hong Kong specifically, they have legalized crypto trading, meaning the average person can buy cryptocurrency, and it has been regulated. So if anything, the bull run this time is going to come from the Asian market. So I just think this time you have to be a lot more careful. I don't think the bull run will look like the same bull run we saw. Like, as far as everybody had a meme coin and everything went to the moon, I think it's just going to be more of a calculated bull run.
Also, when they have a halving, Bitcoin has its halving next year. So when Bitcoin has its halving, last time it went to 60, 70. So 69, something like that. I mean, if it were, I mean, when it runs again, I mean, some people are talking $250,000 a coin. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know, but I know it's gonna go back where it touched and probably break that easy when the halving happens. So
Oh yeah.
and so I mean, it's so you never know. I mean, people are talking crazy numbers per coin. Eventually, the algorithm is going to run out for Bitcoin. It's going to be no more mining. So there's a finite number of actual Bitcoins in the world that are going to exist. When they come out, when that happens, what's it going to be worth then? Even though it probably doesn't have the functionality of these new coins that are coming out. What do they call ERC20? Am I right?
ISO or the
Yeah, the ISO tokens, the two ISO 2022 tokens, just those right there. I mean, all of those tokens and what they're gonna do, XRP, different things like that, XDC. So yeah, the future it looks bright. And right now you can buy these things for pennies, but that's the type of stuff we talk about in the class too. Because that's Javon, you could talk about. He does trading as well, so we talk about that, but from a tech perspective, so you can know how to get a job with it. But you can also set yourself up by going into certain coins and say, okay, they got this coin, I'm gonna go work with them. They're gonna pay me, and we can. I guess we got like a couple of more minutes left because we started a little 5, 6, whatever. Javon, could you talk about getting paid from like Ethereum? They were paying you in Ethereum in the amount of money they were paying you.
Yeah, I was getting around like 300,000. But they paid it in Ethereum. So like, even though not an average job will pay you 300,000, but since it's in crypto and I was able to convert it, I was like, hey man, this is like 300,000 USD. So, but here the thing is though, the salary was still 300,000. So it didn't matter if Ethereum was 300,000 in Ethereum or $10 in Ethereum. It was just they was like, well, hey, we're only going to give you $300,000 a year, so but we're going to give it to you in ETH.
That's it. That's it, man. I mean,
But
look,
these new AI jobs, I'm gonna be honest with you. These new AI jobs are gonna pay astronaut because I'll say this: a machine learning engineer get paid around 180,000 a year. Machine learning is literally only one part of AI. A AI engineer, you gotta think about it. You would know how to build a Terminator from beginning to end. Meaning, I mean, not loading the weapons and all that, but meaning like you would know how to build a brain, sensory. You would know how to do computer vision, cognitive services. The companies are paying like I'm gonna be like I got one friend who's an AI engineer. Now I'm not saying everybody get this, but he's getting 420,000 a year plus company stock options in the company, and he getting equity, and they paying his bills.
guys,
Now I'm not saying
let
they
me say this too, guys. Think long term. Don't think short term. I first started, I wasn't making no 6 figures. I was making pretty good. I was making like 80. But now somebody called me for 80. I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? My rate is $80 now or more. So, but I've been doing this for 10 years. But you could get in, your first job might be 90,000 or $110,000. Might be. Then you go, you work for a while, then you get to that 190, 250. You can get there, 400. You can get those jobs. So your friend Javon probably has experience. But all you got to do is get experience. That's once you get the job, the skill set, and you working, you already on your way. Am I right?
Oh yeah, it definitely, because again, you get this just entry level. We didn't say you senior level. This is what you get now, entry out the gate. And most of these companies again are going to give you equity in the company just because it's such a new job. It's such a new position. So you just be that's why all the Indians and the Chinese working in AI. I mean, if you look at go to Open AI and go to careers and look how much Chat GPT is paying their machine learning engineers. So if you just go to OpenAI and look at their careers, that'll give you an idea. But I really want you to understand Chat GPT is just nothing but machine learning. That's it's not all the way artificial intelligence. So this gives you an idea of how advanced AI. If Chat GPT is just machine learning, then how advanced is AI?
Okay, so I guess my question right now, okay, so somebody, they listen to this, they're interested, they want to, get into class on August 1st. They want to get into class. Like what do they
30. I'm
what can
sorry,
they
it's the
expect?
31st. I was wrong. It's the 31st. It's Monday's the 31st. So
Oh, so okay, it's on Monday the 31st. Okay,
Yeah,
July
let me make
31st
sure.
then.
Yeah, so it's Monday the 31st is the first day of class, not August 1st. It's Monday.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah,
So
so it's
they want to
Monday or
get
Wednesday.
in right. They want to get started July 31st. What can they expect when they first get in there? They first get into the class. It's on AI and
We always,
blockchain.
anytime we start a class, we always spend at least the first week talking about mindset, because African Americans, a lot of times we have limiting beliefs, and these
Mhm.
limiting beliefs stand in the way of you actually obtaining your goals. And so we need to deal with that. We need to talk about that. We have everybody kind of share where they're from. You get to know everybody. We talk about what's going to be expected. We go over the syllabus. We talk about how much money is out there, where you can. These are the first few hours of class, right? We talk about how much money is out there, where you could go to get the money, and then we go into the mindset, because yeah, you may be motivated for the money, but your mind, you may have limiting beliefs, or people around you with limiting beliefs telling you these white folk ain't gonna let you, they ain't gonna let you have this. These white folks ain't, you gotta have that. Like you're gonna have that, or you're gonna have doubts in your mind. Man, you faking. You think you smart enough to come. So we have to deal with that, because if we don't,
Mhm.
you'll quit real quick. You will quit. You will quit. Some people quit because life happens. They get busy and strong. But a lot of people quit because they just don't believe. If I know for a fact in 8 months I'm gonna be making 90, 100,000 or whatever, I don't give a damn what happened. Come hell or high water. When I was trying to get an IT, I was gonna do it. But you don't know. See, because you thinking, okay, the class is 4 to 5 months. I get out. It's still gonna take me 3 months to get a job. And man, that's frustrating. Yeah, that is frustrating, and but that's where we have the weekly, like tonight, Javon in a few minutes is gonna go and help the data science students. That class ended this month, so the data science students are getting on their resumes. They're taking the certification test. They're getting out there and they're doing what they got to do to help themselves. These are the different things we do. We don't charge for that. And by the way, once again, if you got here late, if you enter promo code Bernard, you get $97 off the first month. So it's only $200 for the first month.
Mm.
I know
So
Javon got to go, but
okay.
but yeah, did you have anything else?
Oh yeah, and if you come to the class and let's say you finish the class, I don't mind giving people a letter of recommendation on the company letterhead, and I also don't mind you using me as a reference. So when like you go get a job and they want to ask a professional reference, just put my name and phone number and I'll vouch for you.
And for this particular class, when you said 8 to 9 months, where you, I mean, is that how long is this one projected to be? I'll just ask it that way.
It's 4 to 5 months. But what
Okay.
I'm saying is, some students, like I got a student that finished my data analytics class and it ended in May. He is at the final stages of an interview. He just got his resume out there, like under a month, like at the beginning of July, like right after the 4th of July. That's when he started
Mhm.
looking. Then you got students that got jobs after 6 months of interviewing, going and not getting a job, going. It happens. What we don't do is make guarantees. If you go to the frequently asked questions on the website, I can't guarantee you a job yet. That's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm actually going to do now. I'm spending money going to different events, trying to meet people to set that up where you don't have to have that problem. But at this juncture, you still get jobs. And the way you do that is, number one, you follow directions. That's the first thing we talk about in class. Follow directions. Do not look to the left or to the right. Stay the course. Keep interviewing. Keep recording those interviews so we can help you to become a better interviewer. And that as time goes on, you'll become competent and know how to interview well. Once you interview well, you can get a job the rest of your life. Quick too. I can get a job. I probably have a job. I've started right now today. In 6 weeks to 2 months, I have a job. That's usually how long it takes. Usually, I've gotten jobs in 2 weeks before. Actually, the fastest I ever got a job was 2 days. So it can that's how fast it can happen. But I go on a bunch of interviews. I submit for 50, 60 jobs a day. and I got 10 years experience. So so when I say follow directions, these are the things I tell my students to do. Keep track of what you're doing. We give you like industry experience. This is why we've been successful with helping people get jobs. We give you the industry experience. I tell you how to not screw up. If you just getting out of the course, and a lot of students ones that don't follow directions, they submit for 1 or 2 jobs a week. Man, I'm not getting any calls. How many jobs do you submit for? What's the exact number? You should tell me that. You should know that. Truth, man, I only submitted about 7 jobs. That's why. Why do they do that? Imposter syndrome. I can't go get this job. It's this, and I don't think yeah, but it reads just like what you know. Everything you know, they see your resume. They know how much training you have. Put your resume out there and submit for it. If they call you, they know instantly. When they call you, they know who they're talking to because they've seen your resume. Don't doubt yourself. And usually when my students get in after the first week, they good. They not scared anymore once they get a job. But look, I have to go. I was just coming up here for this
All
one.
right.
Hey, man.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you for having me. You've been a supporter, man. And I just want to say thank you because you didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You've been real supportive of me. And I just want to say thank you, bro. Give you your flowers.
Oh, no. Yeah, absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. All right. Thank you, everybody who watched the stream today. Y'all make sure the links will be in the description and in the comment section. They right there in the chat room right now. Y'all, you know, Sub-Zero easy to find. Sub-Zero is easy to find. If you're interested, make sure you click those links. We got his number. His number is available. Like, you can call him, you can contact. He's reachable. He's touchable.
If phone right now, if they call that phone right now, they'll hear it right now.
There you go.
So
there you go.
Right here.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We about to get out of here. Peace. We gone.